أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت
challenges as Muslims and how we can put our feet strong in our deen. So tonight what I would like to do, I'm going to be on a platform and I would like all of you to participate and help me to build the platform. And the platform will have 3 legs to hold it. 3 legs. Number 1, why are we created? I think if we know why we are created, then it would help us to build a base, an assumption to work from. Secondly, what are we made out of? Is it out of steel or out of silk? So we need to know. And number 3, the number 3 leg, which I'm going to tie with the presentation of our brother here and the brother who sat here, is what is this? Is there something inside? Apart from the organs we know that we have, is there any other thing that exists in us? So this is where we're going to do, and when I was asked to talk about this, because I have been involved with children for a long, long time, and I tell you, from the bottom of my heart, I love children. And all of you, I love you for the sake of Allah. United States of America gives us one opportunity that we do not have in our countries, that you meet Muslims and you love them for the sake of Allah. You do not expect anything. They are not your relatives. They are not people from your country, but because they are Muslim. All right? So, I am going to make relevant. I'm not going to go into reciting and talking about specific ayats or hadith. I'm going to try to make it relevant to you, and for me as a father of 15 years old, to learn what can I do to support you to become good Muslims. Okay? So let's go. The first part of it is about praying. If we talk about prayer, that's basically that's what differentiates us from the non-believers. We can say the kalma la ilaha illallah, but if we don't pray for 1-2 years, what do we become? So that's a serious question. But what challenges? Brother Naim, I need you here to take notes, please. What challenges do we have in schools and outside of schools as young Muslims in the northeast of Philadelphia? Anyone, please give me challenges you have. Just as a Muslim, when you walk into school, when you walk out of school, when you go to the mall, what challenges do we have? Yes?
Managing time.
Managing time, time management. Good. Could you write that down, please? Time management is very, very important. What else?
Like at school, avoiding haram food, and like if we're really hungry, we still have to avoid the food, like the meat and everything that Allah forbids us to eat.
Allahu Akbar. Okay? This is very, very practical. So we are not like pigs that eat whatever they see in front of them. But we have to be very careful, so we are selective. You know, you have to, oh, I see that it's kind of red. Ooh, I'm not sure. That might be bacon. You know, you walk away from it. Okay? All right, so what else? Yes?
Keep your ears from hearing the wrong things and your eyes from looking at the wrong things.
SubhanAllah.
And your mouth.
Watching your body organs that Allah has blessed you with. Not to disobey Him, not to listen to gossips, to listen to all the people started talking about, you know, that girl, oh, she's so beautiful. Right? What else? Yes.
Stay out of trouble like fight.
Okay. Controlling anger, anger management. What else? Respect. Okay? SubhanAllah, this world is funny if you look at it from the practical point of view. When you walk, what you give, that's what you get back. If you smile to people, they'll smile back at you. If you frown, you know, they help with you. You're gonna frown. Okay. What else?
Behavior. Same as respect.
Okay, specific. Specific. About what? Behavior is general.
Not to act different in front of people.
Okay.
Not the way you are.
Okay.
Peer pressure.
See that touches a very important point about not trying to be two people in one. Okay? In this country, there are many Muslims who live two lives. They say they're Muslims. They live two lives. In the morning, from time they go to work until they come home, they are secular people. Okay? When they come home, they are religious. Now they are full Muslims. SubhanAllah. So they take Islam, they package it. Okay? Just like UPS does. Okay, they say, okay, this agrees with my point of view. This agrees with my point of view, and they take it. Okay, then they live the rest. So Islam is a way of life. You cannot package it. You either have to live it or you don't live it. So very, very good, because that is actually a description of a hypocrite. Okay? Having two faces. What else? When he said peer pressure, yes, you don't want to be a wannabe. What you see, people, I want to be like that person. No, you want to be who you are. So no matter how much pressure they put on, you say, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's not allowed. So you are restraining yourself. Yes.
Only follow Muhammad.
Only
follow Muhammad.
the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that is role modeling. Role modeling. Okay? Role modeling is so important in this culture. We're going to talk about it. That you have to follow certain criteria to be like everybody. So like if you take a donkey, put a donkey with sheep, do they look alike? No, they don't. So that's what is happening in this society. Okay, we're going to give you a little break here, then we go back. So, why are we created as human beings?
Why is that?
Why? I'm not asking who created us. We know Allah created us. Why are we created?
As a test?
Yes.
We're created as human beings for certain reasons, such as Allah made us as a test to see if we could, like right now we would all be in heaven if it wasn't for the test that He gave Adam and Eve. So it's a test, and we're made as human beings to follow Allah.
Okay. Okay, yes, you make it bigger. I am looking for a specific, just a short sentence. Why are we created? Anybody, even, okay.
To see if His creation respects Him.
Not the answer.
Oh, I know.
To like worship Him?
That's it. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. To worship Allah Azza wa Jalla. He did not create us to come and buy iPads. Or He did not create us to come and wear skinny jeans. Okay? He did not create us to use iPad Touch. He created us to worship Him. And by His wisdom, He has taken care of the rest of the things for us. We just worry for nothing. Everything has been written. The ink is dry. The book is folded. We just meet our either the bounty, the benefit that He is written for us, or the trials. that have been prescribed for us. We worry for nothing, but everything is taken care of. Allah Azza wa Jalla made you that you will eat the food of the United States. That's why your parents left Bangladesh, they came here. Same thing. Allah made that I would eat the rice here, that I left Cameroon, I came here. There was no way, no matter what happened, I would come here. It was written, that's it. So, if then our creation is to worship Allah Azza wa Jalla, what is our national anthem? Hmm?
Can you repeat that?
What is our national, what should be our national anthem? What should be our national anthem? If we are created to worship Him, and that is a covenant. That is a covenant between us and Allah Azza wa Jalla.
America and Israel
Okay. Okay. If that's the thing. But link it with the practical, with the actions that was talked about. That you have to act. And to act, you have to pray. You have to establish the salah. And then the rest of the 5 requirements. The basic requirement that for you to be a Muslim. The basic requirement. And then you can upgrade. Okay. Now, when Allah Azza wa Jalla created Adam, out of what did He create him? Okay, out of clay. What else?
Sounding clay?
Okay, clay, right? All right. And then what happened after that? Yes.
So Allah built Adam as a handsome young man out of clay, but he couldn't move or talk or anything. Then he blew a soul into him, and that's when he became alive.
Allahu Akbar. Jazakallah khairan. That is excellent. Okay, that's what happens. Okay, so if that is exactly what happens, okay, for us now, who are sitting here, we were created out of clay, okay, then out of sperms. 2 things, a discharge. So in the first place, from the beginning, we are not that very clean people. Okay, this is why arrogance is a terrible thing. Okay, we are dirty people. And then we go to the bathroom frequently. Right? Right? We can't hold it. When it comes, you gotta go. So, from that, as a human being, what do? You have to humble yourself. Say, hey, I'm nothing. I'm made out of clay. Okay? And then the discharge, so I'm nothing. So first of all, you have to humble yourself. Okay. Now, there are 2 things. The box, our bodies, and then our souls. We focus on the box, the body. Okay, like the case of this iPad. You focus on this. You don't focus on the iPad. Okay? So that's what we do. We will dress. We go, some of us go to the extent of doing haram things to buy homes so that they can beautify them and do this. You focus not on the soul. It's going to rotten. The day you die, if you are left 6 hours, what happens? You turn blue, right? And they put you in the grave and you die, that's it. You're rotten. The soul is gone. So we have to know what is inside, what can we do to save ourselves from Jahannam, to save ourselves from the hellfire. That is to focus on our soul. Okay? And how do we feed it? Do we go buy brown name shirts and pants? No. We feed it by dhikr Allah. We make dhikr to Allah. Then we pray. Okay? So, before we move to here, Ibn Qayyim, in his book, Patience and Thankfulness, said, Islam depends on two things. The entire religion, it depends on patience and on thankfulness. Okay, he elaborates in the book, he said, patience is what makes you to refrain from eating pork, as you said. Patience is what refrains you from accepting pure pleasure. Patience is what refrains you from looking at a lady or a girl that is not your wife. Patience makes you to stand and pray. Patience makes you to fast. You can go in and eat and come back and tell us we are fasting. Who knows? Allah knows, but not us. But be patient with the hunger until the time for breakfast. Okay? So if you don't have patience, and he concluded, said, a person who has no patience has no iman. Because you cannot control your desires. Okay, let me go back a little bit. When we created, Allah created malaikas with reason, no desire. All the angels, they obey him, no disobey. Okay? He created us with reasons and desires. So that's why who we are. We want so many things. If you get $5,000, want to get 10,000, want to accumulate more. Okay? And then he created the animals without reason, but desire. If a cow wants to eat, what does she do? She gets up and eat. If she wants to poop, she poops in front of you. If she wants to pee, she pees in front of you. Does it? You see, dogs are made in the open. So animals have desires. They don't have reason. So they are not responsible. But for us, because Allah created us in this manner, He makes us accountable. Each individual is accountable. No matter what you think, what you say, what you see, what you hear, you are accountable. The day will come, you will receive your book, and you cannot dispute it. Okay? So know that in order, as brother said, to reach to the nafs, okay, the higher level, or the highest level out of the three, you have to have patience. You have to control your desires. If you don't, then you are, see this carcass here? You are putting this in trouble because it's going to burn. It's going to burn. Okay? What you fix in here, it's going to burn, end up in fire, not charcoal, fire all the time. Okay. Now let's move to us, like students. We said one thing is about peer pressure. Okay? So I listed 5. I listed praying in school, as I see as a big challenge for Muslim students. Here in Philadelphia. Because we are not allowed not to pray except if we are sick and out of our minds. That's the only time we're allowed not to pray. But if you are okay, you cannot postpone your prayer. Okay, but because of the conditions of the schools and because of our weakness of Iman, we do not. We don't even ask when we go to school, is there a way I can pray? So you go to school and you accumulate Dhuhr, Asr, and sometimes some of us forget when we come home because the computer is tickling. It's like, come on, can't touch me, quick. You just want to go there and touch it and play. Okay, and then you forget, oh, Maghrib is here. I didn't pray. And then the day is gone. Okay? So it's a challenge. I think it is a challenge for our kids in this city of Philadelphia. Number 2 I listed is fasting. Fasting the month of Ramadan. Sometimes comes during school time. And it's a big challenge. You go, you're fasting. And everybody's eating around you. definitely, your body is going to tell you, your stomach is going to say, come on, oh, look at that one, look at that sandwich. Or you start to salivate. Then what happens? You have to have patience. So the environment is not conducive for Muslims' kids. Number 3, I listed is physical appearance. This is visible, particularly with the baggy pants now, with the panda at the end of the bar. You have to drag, I saw your boxer. You're cool. Oh, this kid is cool. You just walk. So you have to confirm. It's a societal norm. For them, they disbelieve. Okay? So they have no conscience to even think that something is shameful. Because if there is no fear of Allah, that's it. That's it. You can do anything. You become an animal. Ibn Qayyim said, if we worship, if we restrain ourselves, follow the commandment of Allah, and they follow Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, we have the opportunity to attain a higher level, be like angels. But if we let the desires overcome, what happens? We go to the animals. Now we can poop on the streets. We kiss on the streets, right? Do all the haram things that even sometimes some animals try to hide. Like a cat, when it's going to the bathroom, what does it do? It digs, right? It hides it. So, here, the patience comes, and you restrain. So you say no. So you have to confirm. It's a big issue, particularly for female students. The pressure is incredible, and for us parents, we don't even imagine, because we were raised at different times and in different environments. We don't even understand our kids. We just want to sometimes scream, don't do that. Don't do that. We don't try to understand why, the situation they are in, and how can we assist them instead of trying to have and make the situation worse. Okay? The hair, you have to be like the boys in your class. Okay? So you confirm, and you wear your clothes tight. Okay? They are tight, the end here, and then your pants end here. Okay? You tie the belt. Why do you have a belt? Just show the ends. The ends. Sorry. It's not funny, but it is really right up to here, and then you walk. And some subhanallah, they come to pray. So when you make before you go to sajada, you can see, the gully here. What do you call it? The valley here, between your butts. Yeah? It's not a crack. It's not a crack. One butt here, the other one here. The divide in the middle.
Nowadays in school they call it
The crack. Okay.
a lot of things.
Okay, I'm glad it's from you. So, and once you expose that, you don't have your salah. And you say, I came to pray. I need to get up. So confirmation. Confirmation is a serious issue for our children. And we have to really understand it and work with our children to really advise them that it is not allowed in Islam. It is not allowed. How do we? For you to understand that, don't focus on your body. Your body is a box. It's a box that holds your soul. Okay? Don't focus on it. Protect the soul from punishment. So wear appropriate dresses that protect you. Islam is all about moderation. It's about prevention. If you hear the medical doctor say about preventive diseases, preventive care like this, our brother was here. It's because to prevent people from contaminating themselves with diseases. Islam, that's what it does. It says, okay, female should be one side, the male should be one side. Equally, because we know, because of our desires, we're human beings. So Islam says, okay, separate. So you take care of that issue. You have a remedy for that issue. Okay, the last one, the next one I have is dating. Is dating. And this is where it comes. It hits. That's what the Americans say. The rubber hits the road. Because this society condones, even the conservative Christians, they allow their daughters and sons to date. You know what? What is that? You know it's haram, okay? But that is a terrible thing. It leads to so many societal problems. Even if we don't talk about Islam, if we talk practically, if you dated a girl and for some reasons pregnancy occurs and a child was born, would the society allow you to walk away? Young man, would the society allow you to walk away? What happens? What?
Marriage and child support.
Well, they're not going to tell you to marry her, but what?
Child support.
Child support. The courts are going to come after you. You have to pay to support the child. You see? So it is haram even for you to come closer, because this is an area that Allah said, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Don't come close to it. Okay? Because this is what they do. And you can see divorces. You can see out of married children, and so on and so forth. So this is an issue for us, for our kids. For our kids, and particularly the girls. The girls are under tremendous pressure, because everybody wants to come. They are pairing up, particularly from high school up. It is so terrible. Okay? And then the last one that I listed is taking drugs. So you see, subhanAllah, when you go from one, you drip, you drip, you drip. Okay? When you date, it goes, okay, we go to nightclub. After that, we drink. Okay, now you can just, you're susceptible to the pressure, and then start to smoke. And the next thing you know, taking drugs. And what happens? What happens when the person takes drugs?
Cancer?
Yes.
They can get cancer and they're like closer to dying.
Okay. Cancer, what else?
Harm your body.
Okay. What? What else? Yes.
It can get you out of control.
That's it. That, yes.
It can cause your bodies to break.
Okay. Actually, what taking drugs does to people, it destroys the individual. It destroys the carcass, the box. Physically, the person becomes unfunctional. They lose. They don't value anything. That's why they shoot. Okay? They want to take everything. They want, if they have a little bit of desire of something like to smoke, they will go and extend to get money to do that. It destroys the person, it destroys the family, okay? It destroys the community. And then it goes to the society as a whole. So that's what we see here. And then you lose your education and so forth. Okay? So now, how much time do we still have? 20 more minutes? Okay. Okay, so as young men and women, what would be the remedies for this? These are just few. Plus what you listed, these are just few. What should be the remedies? What should be the answers to these problems? How should we solve these problems? Yes.
Not doing it in the first place.
Okay, don't get there. How can you do that as a young person? You know, naturally, when we're young, the world begins at that time. Yes, that's how we feel. Yes.
We need someone to guide us in the good way.
Okay, you need guidance. Mm-hmm.
Salah, Iqan.
Okay. Obedience.
Instead of trying to control them all at the same time, like controlling them individually.
Okay. Take one at a step. Anything else? Okay. Yes.
Think about Allah whenever you do something, what they do to you.
Mhm. So, this is actually a very good answer. Think that you are not hiding. Allah knows before even you think, He knows it. What are you going to do? Okay, so you're not hiding from me, or from your dad, or your cousin. You're hiding from us, but Allah sees you everywhere, and it's recorded. On your right hand side, there's a malaika, there's an angel. On your left, there's an angel. So whatever it is, this person writes it good, this person writes it bad. So you're not escaping. You and I are not escaping. So we are guarded. We are guarded 24 hours, 7 days, 12 months, and until our time comes. So it's a recognition that we are not alone. First of all, let's go back. First of all, put in your mind that you were not created to come and do these things. You were created to worship Allah. And in order to worship Him, you have to know Him. Okay? If you don't know me, you cannot come visit me, right? Right? So there's a prescribed way that you have to know Him and how to pray. Okay? So the first thing, my first recommendation is for you to learn Tawheed. Okay? Tawheed beginning from tomorrow. There is no excuse today. And on the day of judgment, Allah will ask us, there is no excuse why we did not learn, because we don't speak Arabic. No, I don't speak Arabic. But Allah has made it so easy today that even electronically, you can find the Tawheed book. You put on your cell phone, on your iPad, on your iPod Touch, whatever. Instead of using it in a haram way, use it to benefit yourself and to save yourself from the torment on the day of judgment. Okay? Number one, that's one. So you always keep in mind that I am created to worship. Have I done it? Through knowledge. Number two, you have to work on your iman. You have to build your iman, just like you build a house. Okay? And how do you do that? Through knowledge, through practice, as our brother was saying. You have to pray. First of all, you have to do what? You have to obey your parents and be humble in front of them. Because for you young people, that's the beginning. It's more important than anything right now. You have to obey your parents. Because if they're angry with you, they're upset with you, Allah is. And guess what? Your things are going to fall apart. Some people think, oh, I'm big now. Well, they change your diapers. You know, they clean your poop. They stay when you were sick. They did everything. And now, because you can start shoulder to shoulder with them, it's, oh, now my dad, you know what? He's so old. You know my dad? Oh boy, he's so nagging. Okay? Well, he's nagging because he wants you to be saved. Okay? So, what else can we do with these problems? These challenges we enumerated. How do we solve them? Any suggestion? We said number one is to do what?
Obey parents.
Okay, obey parents. Number one is to always keep in mind that we are created to worship Allah. Okay? And second, we obey our parents. Third, we practice. Third, we learn. Begin with Tawheed. It's absolutely necessary. Because that's where you will know Allah. Okay? And one example I give you guys. Please, just sometime when you're walking or when it is dark, it's clear sky, either during the day or night, please go up and just stand there and look up. Just look at the sky and just freeze there and just look at it. And try to examine if you can see any mistake. If you can just see any mistake, and that will dawn onto you that Allah is the greatest. And He can do whatever He wants. And what He says is going to happen. Okay?
I would like to explain to you exactly what we mean by worship. It doesn't mean just to pray. Worship everything you do good. Just you take trash from the street is a worship. You say good things to your brother is a worship. So worship is everything good. Obedience, as he said, obedience to your parents is a worship. So you have to understand when you worship, not just to pray or to fast. Worship, you do all your actions.
So I would emphasize, learning, because you're young. You have to learn, and the only way you can succeed in this society is to know about Islam. Okay, you will succeed here and in Akhirah, inshallah ta'ala. So you have to learn about your religion, because you cannot do any act of worship if you don't know the conditions in which it is done. Okay, so let's see. I have some quick points I want to make quickly, so we can move on. Okay, here I have, actually yes, I put them in that order. So I say again, you have to fear Allah. You have to fear Allah. You have to. Because what He promises, the punishment He promises, the day is going to come. The day is going to come. And then we will not be able to escape it. And then look at people who die. All of you sitting here, you know people who have passed away. They never come back. They never come back. It's a road that we're going to follow. It's a matter of time. So fear Him. And then another thing, have hope that He is so merciful that He will forgive you. He will forgive all the sins. So put these two things in your heart and in your mind. Okay. All right? So simple. You have to protect yourself. No one is going to do it for you. You have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself from diseases, which are the drugs. You have to protect yourself from peer pressure. You have to protect yourself from eating haram. You have to protect yourself from touching haram. Okay? So simply, before I conclude, I would say, simply, please, when you take the bus to go to school, make it make it. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العظيم. If you start to practice this, gradually you will come and you will feel some light in your heart, and your heart will listen. The heart of a person who is not committed to actually praying and doing good things is very tight. It's very tight. And you feel the light. And inshallah, Allah Azza wa Jalla will help you and will help all Muslim kids. so that we understand that our duty, our major duty is to worship Allah. And we have to find a way how to do it. Okay? So as I said, there is no excuse. I know all of you can put Quran on your cell phones and listen to it, either traveling to school or back or at home. And limit the games you play. Give yourself some time, a little bit, and learn about your religion, which is going to save you and save, hopefully, everybody, inshallah ta'ala. So my time is up, and again, thank you very much. I like the leadership of this masjid and the Brother Naeem. MashaAllah, it's an excellent way, you know, to have someone like you to really think about this, because I'm involved with children. I'm involved with young people, and I see what I see outside, and I try as much as possible, but my age is not at their age. I'm trying to understand, so I really appreciate you and the masjid for providing this opportunity. Yes, parents, again, it's our duty. As I said, we are neglectful. Many of us are neglectful. We do not even think of taking our kids to go learn about our religion. And secondly, very few parents, when they come home, pray with their kids, eat with their kids, and make sure that they have performed their prayers. It's absolutely necessary. And let me say this is true. I travel across the United States. Wallahi, the way our children behave is the representation of our homes. Simply, that's the interpretation. The way my children behave outside, that's the way they see my home. And subhanAllah, if you get to know those people, you see about 80% is right. So, may Allah help us.
They help parents. This is a big responsibility. Parents should encourage their children, should follow their children. Because if your children are good, you will benefit from them. Here in this dunya and after. Because in this dunya you want to see your child in a good condition. You want to see your child helping you. So if you die, he will be aware of this deen, and he will make a da'wah for you. He will make a da'wah for you. So just keep. If your child doesn't listen to you, just keep advising him.